In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can add a JUnit tester to your project and test your class with, and also look at the coverage that shows you how much of that class you actually tested. Okay, so I have this project opened and I have one Java file. Let me run this. Obviously I don't have any main method, so it cannot run anything. That's why I'm getting this error, but it created my .class file and everything. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is add all the necessary libraries for working with JUnit version 4 to our projects. For doing so, you need to come here. This is for testing area, and you need to enable Java tests. It has different type of testing. We want to use JUnit, so after clicking on the enabling Java test, you need to select the default JUnit. Boom. So what it does, it's going to add all the libraries version 4 to this project. So basically, now that we have everything, all I need to do is to just create my tester and run it. That's all. So I am going to add a normal class. I'm going to call this tester.java. So what I'm going to do, I am going to import necessary classes that I want to work with. I can import all libraries, or it's better to only import libraries that you want to use on that class. I'm going to import this as a static, so I don't have to type assert with so I don't have to type this part with my methods all the time. So basically importing this guy as a static allows me to just call this instead of mentioning its class as well. The next thing that I need to report is the test library. Okay, I have everything that I need. So the first thing I'm going to do, I am going to create my first tester. So public void, let's test the sum first. I have two methods here that I want to test. I'm going to test this one first. Assert. I need to use this one. Okay, assert equal. So I am going to call the sum function to, and I don't know, like this. So this should return with some error. I can add more. I think that's enough. Okay, so I can just run this. Boom. It shows that it passed all the tests. As you can see, everything is green. I can run it through by clicking on this one, and it passed the test. Great, fantastic. We can also see the coverage. Coverage means how much of the class is already ran, which portion of the class we ran in order to test. It doesn't say anything about whether or not your code is working as expected. It only shows you which portion of your class you kind of have it run, and that's it. Basically, it shows us like which areas of the code we wrote tester for. So in order to see that, instead of clicking on this, you need to click on this one. It says run tests with coverage. So if I run that, look at that. It says I tested only 33% of my test1.java file, which means if I go back here, look at that. So the green part is the part that I tested. It doesn't say anything about if this part is correct or not. It only shows which part of the code you covered as you were testing. So that means I haven't covered this one yet. So that means I can write a tester for this one as well. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. This is going to be test multi. Well, that should give me 2. I run it as normal test, all green, perfect, and now I run it to see the coverage. Okay, now the coverage increased to 66%. If we go back here, and now these 2 areas are green, perfect. So this part is still red because it shows me that I didn't create an object from this class. So I can just do that. I'm just gonna create an object here from this class. I don't have any case to test it, so I'm just gonna use a default. By default, you can always call the default constructor, and this is a default constructor. Even if you don't have a default constructor, it is there by default, so I can call it. Okay, save. Let's run it as normal. Everything passed. Let's run it as a coverage. Look at that. Test 1 is 100% coverage. We don't care about the coverage of the tester. It doesn't matter. We only look at the coverage of the class that we want to test. Now look at that. Everything is green now. All the bodies are green. So that's it. That's how you add the necessary library to your project. That's how you add a class that has all the testers in it. That's how you run it, and that's how you actually can look at the coverage.